Welcome back to the channel. Faye Dunaway is remembered by millions for that unforgettable moment at the 2017 Oscars when she opened the wrong envelope and announced the wrong Best Picture winner in front of a global audience of 33 million. But that incident, as shocking as it was, barely scratches the surface of her complicated legacy. Behind the headlines and gossip lies the story of one of Hollywood's greatest talents, an actress whose brilliance on screen was matched only by the fear and tension she reportedly inspired off it. What made Faye Dunaway the woman many in the industry labeled difficult? Born Dorothy Faye Dunaway in 1941 in Bascom, Florida, she grew up as an Army brat, moving constantly and never quite fitting in. Her father, a career officer, was strict and demanding, instilling in her from an early age that only perfection was acceptable. Faye pursued acting seriously, studying at Boston University and later honing her craft at the Lincoln Center. By the mid-1960s, she had made it to Broadway, disciplined, fiercely ambitious, and unwilling to compromise. Hollywood took notice, and in 1967 she made a career-defining entrance on the big screen with Bonnie and Clyde, earning her first Oscar nomination at just 26. The late 1960s and 1970s were her golden era. She captivated audiences in The Thomas Crown Affair, mesmerized in Chinatown, and then in 1976 delivered her iconic performance as Diana Christensen in Network, a role so intense, so ruthless, it earned her an Academy Award. She was at the top of her craft, one of the most respected actresses in the world, yet rumors began to circulate, difficult, demanding, temperamental. Reports claimed she argued over lighting, demanded multiple takes, and clashed with crew members. Was she simply a perfectionist, or had she become a nightmare on set? The line between genius and difficulty blurred. The 1980s marked the beginning of a professional decline. Mommy Dearest in 1981, intended as another triumph, instead became a source of ridicule. Dunaway's exaggerated portrayal of Joan Crawford turned the film into camp, earning her criticism and further damaging her reputation. Stories of alleged on-set tantrums and impossible demands began to leak, some likely exaggerated, some possibly true, but all reinforcing the narrative. By the 1990s, major studios had started to avoid her, not because of a lack of talent, but because no one wanted to navigate the reported turbulence she brought with her. Her reputation took another blow in 2019. During a pre-Broadway production of Tea at 5, producer Scott Rudin fired Dunaway after just 1 week of rehearsals, citing allegations of abusive and harassing behavior toward crew members, including claims she had physically struck an assistant. A lawsuit followed, detailing verbal abuse and erratic behavior. Dunaway denied the allegations, framing herself as a victim of ageism and sexism, but the damage was done. At 78, she was effectively blacklisted from Broadway. The discussion that often goes unspoken is this: was Faye Dunaway judged more harshly because she was a woman in a male-dominated industry? Male directors and actors with similar reputations often faced fewer consequences. Or was her behavior genuinely unacceptable, regardless of gender? The truth likely sits somewhere uncomfortably in between. Today, Faye Dunaway remains mostly out of the spotlight, appearing occasionally in smaller independent projects. She has never issued a public apology or shown regret. Her legacy is complicated, an Oscar-winning icon whose unmatched talent was ultimately overshadowed by a reputation for being unmanageable. In Hollywood, brilliance alone is rarely enough. You also have to navigate the politics of cooperation and compromise. Faye Dunaway, as history shows, never learned that lesson.